Let me welcome each and every one of us to the TechnoServe conference. Can we join my hands together, ladies and gentlemen?
Our theme today is reduce, reuse, and recycle, building a sustainable future.
This program is not just about cleaning up. It's about positively impacting lives through creating jobs, building a thriving community, driving circular economy of plastic packaging.
Plastic pollution is not just an environmental issue anymore. It has now become a social, health, and economic issue, one that requires a collective commitment if we are sincere about protecting our environment.
There is need now to properly manage waste through measures that are economically viable and environmentally sustainable.
By collectively working together towards the common goal of reducing, reusing, and recycling plastic, we can collaboratively drive the circular economy, reduce plastic waste, and pave the way for a cleaner, greener, healthier, and more sustainable future.
So thank you all for being here today. We are very excited about this new partnership, and we look forward to positive results. Thank you.
Let me welcome each and every one of us to the TechnoServe conference. Can we join my hands together, ladies and gentlemen? Please, a big round of applause. Let's join my hands together. All right. This event is proudly brought to you with partnership with USAID, the Coca-Cola Foundation, and of course, TechnoServe Business Solution to Poverty. So without any further ado, please, I'd like us all to be on our feet while we take the national anthem. Please, let's all be on our feet while we take the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless Nigeria. We can have a seat. So once again, let me welcome us to this amazing and thoughtful event. And let me intimate us on the amazing conversations we're going to be having today. I think now much more than ever, there is a need to talk about sustainability in our various community, and it's becoming a reality day in, day out. There is awareness, and there's a need for more people to join the cause for sustainability. And that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about today. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're welcome to this event. The theme for the event is Renew, Reuse, Transform. We're building a sustainable future. So I'd like us to please say the theme with me. Can we say renew, reuse, transform, building a sustainable future? Thank you so much. So today we're going to be listening to a lot of our speakers. We're going to be having the country director from TechnoServe. We'll be listening to the general manager from Coca-Cola Nigeria. We're going to be having the mission director for USAID, Melissa A. Jones. We're going to be having the commissioner for environment, Tokumbo Wahab. We're going to be having the commissioner for environment in Anambra State too. That is the person of Dr. Phyllis Odimegu. And we're going to be having Bennett Obasioa Bayela Thiam. So ladies and gentlemen, please, it promises to be a worthwhile event. I would like us to give us your rapt attention. And right now, without any further ado, please, let's jam our hands together and help me make welcome. I'd like to crave the indulgence of the country director for TechnoServe to please be on our feet while I take a citation. Please, can we jam our hands together for Adesuwa Akimboro? Adesuwa Akimboro has over 24 years of progressive, responsible experience in both private sector, 13 years in private sector, and international development with 11 years across the East, West Africa, including 12 years of multi-country experience in Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, and Malawi. Before turning to Nigeria in 2013, she has experience in consulting, business development, program development, partner engagement, and program management, as well as working closely with donors and developing new programs to tackle poverty. Before joining TechnoServe, Adesuwa was the Deputy Director, Programs Development and Quality Head of Business Development at the Save the Children, Abuja, Nigeria, where she was responsible for portfolio growth, strategic planning, program development, and also overseeing. Please, can we jam our hands together for, let's give her a round of applause. So she also took control of overseeing the monitoring, evaluation, and accountability learning, MIL department, and other strategic initiatives. Adesuwa has an MBA, Masters in International Business Administration from the United States International University, USIU, in Nairobi, Kenya, and a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Ibadan, UI, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding clapping ovation, please help me make welcome Adesuwa Akimboro.
It's a great honor and privilege to welcome and acknowledge the presence of the USAID Mission Director, Melissa A. Jones, the General Manager of Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited, Miriam Khan, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources of Lagos State, Mr. Tokumbo Philip Wahab, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment for Anambra State, Engineer Dr. Felix Odimegu, the Managing Director of Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA, Dr. Muyiwa Badigesin, the Managing Director, Anambra State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Mike Ozoima, TechnoServe's Regional Director for West Africa, Bayela Thiam, all our colleagues from the US Consulate, USAID, and the Coca-Cola Foundation, all other stakeholders from both the public and the private sector, stakeholders from LOMA, from LASEPA, from NESRIA, FIBRA, the Recyclers Association of Nigeria, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to the United States Agency for International Development and the Coca-Cola Foundation for funding this project. This funding has been instrumental in mobilizing the necessary resources to enable the implementation of this transformative initiative. And on behalf of TechnoServe and our funders, I'm pleased to welcome you all to the launch of the Nigeria Plastic Solutions activity. It's a $4 million project funded by USAID and the Coca-Cola Foundation. And this occasion marks for us a significant milestone in our journey to create a sustainable and resilient plastic recycling market in Nigeria. As we all know, over 400 metric tons of plastic waste is generated annually around the world, with Nigeria generating over 2.5 million metric tons annually, thus making it one of the world's top 10 plastics generating countries globally. And of this volume, Lagos State alone generates close to 1 million tons, about 870,000 metric tons to be precise. This presents both challenges and opportunities because the consumer market is expanding and the recycling facilities are limited. And so we have the opportunity, because the market has been forecasted to increase by 70% by 2030. And therefore, this presents the potential to create a huge waste management and plastics recycling industry and market in Nigeria. And so the Nigeria Plastic Solutions activity, which will be implemented by TECHNO in collaboration with our local partner, the Growing Businesses Foundation, as lead implementer, brings to bear our extensive experience in fostering sustainable business models. And we use a market systems development approach. And thus, as a result of this approach, we drive the growth of the private sector, we create jobs, and we increase incomes. And so we are making a commitment to create lasting positive impact in the plastics recycling space. And therefore, we are honored to be at the forefront of this collaborative effort. This activity aims to reduce plastic waste in Lagos and Anambra by at least 49,000 metric tons over the 24-month period of the project. And we aim to do this through inclusive, market-driven interventions along the entire value chain, working with collectors, with aggregators, with recyclers, and supporting the creation of an enabling environment that will improve competitiveness, sustainability, and profitability. And we'll achieve this through strategic partnerships, partnerships with the public sector, partnerships with the private sector, and partnership with all the stakeholders in the playing field. A fundamental aspect of our approach is the emphasis on developing market systems to drive the circular economy. And so by enhancing the private sector's capabilities in circularity, we anticipate the creation of 10,000 new jobs within the 24-month period. We also anticipate an increase in incomes, increase in economic opportunities that will contribute to the socio-economic development within the two states, Lagos and Anambra. Thank you. Our theme today is reduce, reuse, and recycle, building a sustainable future. And this represents 3 R's on the R ladder. 1 R from each loop of the R ladder. And the core of our work will focus on recycling while encouraging the reduction of the use of virgin material in production and also encouraging reuse. We recognize the tremendous amount of work that has been done by various other stakeholders, the government of Lagos State, the government of Anambra State, Nesria, Loma, Aswama, FIBRA, LAGRA, RAN, GBF, and so many others who have contributed their quota to this space. And so we look forward to working alongside with all the stakeholders, including government agencies, private sector players, aggregators, and community members to drive sustainable plastic waste recycling in Nigeria. And so this launch marks just the beginning of a long-term partnership with you all. By collectively working together towards the common goal of reducing, reusing, and recycling plastic, we can collaboratively drive the circular economy, reduce plastic waste, and pave the way for a cleaner, greener, healthier, and more sustainable future. Once again, I would like to express my profound gratitude to USAID and the Coca-Cola Foundation for their unwavering support, and without which this project would not have been possible. Thank you so much, USAID and Coca-Cola Foundation. Please, can we give them a big, 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 big hand? And so once again, I would like to extend a warm welcome to every one of you together as we embark on this transformative journey that will shape the future of plastics recycling in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Please, once again, can we join our hands together for Adesua Akimboro? So right now, Going straight to the next thing on our program, please, I'd like us to jam our hands together and help me make welcome the General Manager for Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited, Miriam Khan. Please, can we jam our hands together for Miriam Khan, ladies and gentlemen?
The Honorable Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Tukambu Wahab, MD Loma, MD Lasipa, MD Aswa, our partners, the USAID, TECHNO, on behalf of everyone that is here today, and gentlemen of the press and distinguished guests, thank you for honoring our invitation and for your presence. Coca-Cola, we have a rich heritage in Nigeria. We've been around for a very, very long time. Actually, since 1951, through our bottling partner, Coca-Cola Hellenic, known as Nigerian Bottling Company. We're proud of the 73 years of history that we have in this country. In 2019, we completed the acquisition of Chi Limited, as you all know, in line with our aspiration of being a total beverage company. Today, we offer a beverage of choice for everyone. We're a big employer of labor, covering in Nigeria more than 5,000 direct jobs, supporting an additional 90,000 indirect jobs. Our system has invested over the last 10 years over $1.3 billion to expand capacity, to transform supply chain, to build capabilities and train the people here for sustainable business and economic and employment growth. Our system has provided more than $22 million alone for community initiatives, which we strongly believe in. Just to name a few, those areas of focus that Coca-Cola has been working on include water stewardship, infant and maternal health, of course, packaging recycling, and youth and women's economic empowerment. All of these causes are very important to us. We remain committed as an organization to creating shared opportunities and building sustainable communities in line with our mission of refreshing the world and making a difference in the communities where the Coca-Cola Company operates and where our employees continue to work. We remain committed, and today that's a testament of why we're all here. The Coca-Cola Foundation, which you all know of, is the philanthropy arm of our company, the Coca-Cola Company. And it's awarded grants of over $1.5 billion globally to different projects in the mandate to strengthen communities since 1984. Today, we are very excited and very proud that the Coca-Cola Foundation is providing $2 million. And the USAID, the Agency for International Development, is also granting $2 million to stimulate this collection of value chain and improve the collection and recycling infrastructure in Nigeria. This is an important milestone and a key project which has multiple impacts. It will strengthen about 24 aggregators, empower 9,500 collectors, and create approximately 10,000 green jobs. This is a great opportunity to support the local community and reflect a step transformational change in how we want to help the community and do it with scale and greater impact. We have no doubt that this activity will contribute positively to improved plastic waste collection and recycling and drive sustainable development in Nigeria. This program is not just about cleaning up. It's about positively impacting lives through creating jobs, employment, building a thriving community, driving circular economy of plastic packaging, which my partner spoke of earlier as well. Our focus extends beyond mere collection. This is fostering an entire value chain dedicated to the recycling of PET, bottles, and cans, ensuring that every bottle gathered is a step towards a cleaner environment. The ripple effect will be significant. From an environmental perspective, we're taking decisive action to rid our lands and oceans of plastic waste, thereby creating economic opportunities for everyone within that value chain. Economically, this brings a real opportunity forth to the community. By investing in such aggregators and collectors, by supporting collection and recycling infrastructure, we believe we are creating sustainable jobs, economically enabling individuals and supporting families, turning what was once considered waste into a resource that can support development and prosperity in Nigeria. Furthermore, our efforts in packaging recovery and recycling are a testament to our commitment to reduce our environmental footprint globally, to embrace circular economy principles, and lead the industry towards taking such concrete actions. This program is a key illustration what collaborative efforts can do together and how we can achieve greater goals. It's a call to action for businesses, for the governments, and for individuals to collaborate towards a more sustainable world. I would like to take this opportunity to once again thank our esteemed co-funder, the United States Agency for International Development. Thank you very much. And valuable implementing partner, TECHNO. Thank you very much for their valuable partnership, and look forward to the magic which you will all see created over the next few months. Thank you everyone for your partnership, and thank you for joining us on this pivotal journey. Cheers, and let's toast to a beverage of choice on the table together. Thank you very much.
All right, let's make a toast. Check. Can we make a toast to sustainable development and to Coca-Cola? Please, can we jam my hands together for Coca-Cola one more time? Right, so before we move on to the next thing on the program, I would like to quickly recognize the General Manager for LASEPA. Please, can we jam my hands together for Dr. Tunde Ajayi? A round of applause for Dr. Tunde Ajayi. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Also, I'd like to make welcome the Honorable Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources in Lagos State. Please make welcome. Beg your pardon, give me a minute. Please, can we jam my for Mr. Tokumbo Wahab? Please, a round of applause for Mr. Tokumbo Wahab. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Also, we have the Special Advisor to the Governor on Climate Change and Circular Economy. Can we jam my hands together for Mrs. Titi Oshodi? Thank you for joining us. So quickly, please help me make welcome, representing Will Stevens, the U.S. Consul General. Please, can we jam our hands together for Kenneth Hill? Please, a round of applause for Kenneth Hill. A big round of applause. She's the Deputy Political and Economic Section Chief Economic Officer. Please, can we jam our hands together for one more time for the United States Consulate General, Lagos, Nigeria.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me? Thank you. So I come to provide the remarks of our Consul General. I am Kenneth Hill, the Deputy Political and Economic Chief at the U.S. Consulate. Wanted to extend greetings to the Honorable Commissioner for Environment for Lagos State, Mr. Tokumbo Philip Wahab, Managing Director of Coca-Cola Nigeria, Ms. Miriam Khan, our wonderful USA Mission Director, Ms. Melissa Jones, and other distinguished guests here in the room. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations on the launch of the Plastic Solutions Activity, which the U.S. government jointly funds through the USAID, U.S. Agency of International Development with the Coca-Cola Foundation. I was very excited to see the words reduce, reuse, recycle, and building towards a sustainable future. As you all are aware, plastic pollution has become a global crisis, and its impact on the environment, wildlife, and human health cannot be overstated. Every year, millions of tons of plastic waste end up in the ocean, rivers, and landfills, posing a grave threat to the ecosystem and biodiversity, as well as to human health. In Nigeria, over 2.5 million tons of plastic waste is produced annually, and only 12% is recycled. At the 2022 UN Oceans Conference, the United States joined the Clean Seas campaign to demonstrate its commitment to ending plastic pollution. The Biden-Harris administration's ongoing work to harness the clean energy potential of the ocean, conserve and restore its health and productivity, and lead the world towards sustainable ocean policies is of paramount importance. The work is informed and motivated by an understanding that a healthy ocean is indispensable to our economy, our health, and to our climate. The U.S. government is inspired and heartened by today's partnership and the mention of the commitment of $2 million on behalf of the U.S. government to join the efforts of the Coca-Cola Foundation to increase recycling here in Nigeria. We will collaborate with recycling firms and associations like the Food and Beverage Recycling Allowance and the Recyclers Association of Nigeria, and coordinate closely with governments to achieve our target in Lagos and Anambra states to establish effective and sustainable recycling programs. By incentivizing recycling as a means of averting plastic pollution, we protect the planet, create jobs, empower youth and other marginalized groups, and foster sustainable development. We must persist in collaborating, innovating, and implementing solutions to address this urgent issue. Together, we can build a future where plastics are no longer a threat to our planet and valuable resources are managed responsibly and utilized for the benefit of future generations. So let's all commit to reducing, reuse, and recycling for a sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think it's important to reiterate and let us know that the change begins with you and I. And, in our personal space, in our place of work, we should find every way where we can reduce, reuse, and recycle. Because the little piece, they come up together to make the bigger piece. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, before the end of this event, I'm looking forward to the conversation that we're going to be having at the end of the event about personal commitment, individual commitment towards sustainable development and sustainable community as a whole. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking remarks from the USAID. That's the mission director for USAID. Please, I'd like to crave the indulgence of Melissa A. Jones to be on her feet while I take a citation. Please, can we join my hands together for her? So I'm going to be taking a citation now. Melissa Jones was sworn in as the USAID Director to Nigeria on September 29. Most recently, she served as the Deputy Assistant Administrator in the Bureau for Global Health. Through her career, Ms. Jones has been able to help several countries in senior leadership roles across Africa and Asia. She's well known for leading worldwide teams of subject matter experts and executives to develop evidence-based solutions to solve some of the most pressing development challenges. Trained as an epidemiologist and a member of the Senior Foreign Service, Ms. Jones' public health career spans 3 decades with areas of expertise in maternal and child health, nutrition, health systems, HIV and AIDS, and other infectious diseases. She likewise has played important roles in U.S. government, interagency, and donor coordination, partnering with national governments to implement sector-wide health programs and result-based initiatives. Before joining the USAID, Ms. Jones worked more than a decade in disease prevention and control at the University of California, Office of the President, and at San Francisco Department of Public Health, where she helped in AIDS office. She served in AIDS office and in the Bureau of Sociology and Disease Control. She received her undergraduate degree from the University of Washington and a Master of Public Health from San Francisco State University with coursework at the University of California, Berkeley School of Public Health. Ladies and gentlemen, please jam your hands together and help me make welcome Melissa A. Jones. Please, a big round of applause.
Thank you all for such warm remarks and introduction. I am very happy to be here, and I'm happy to be sitting at the table with the commissioner, the Honorable Commissioner of Lagos State, Tokunbo Wahab. Very nice to see you, sir. It is also very nice to be at the table with our similar colleagues, Honorable Commissioner for Environment from Anambra State, Dr. Felix. Good to see you. When you think about these two states, they are some of the most powerful states in Nigeria. And together, they represent a country the size of Cameroon. 27 million people in Lagos, 22 million in Lagos, 7 million in Anambra. And I also like to often say that Anambra is the Lagos of the Southeast. So it should come to no surprise, people in this room, that those two states are on the cutting edge of the future of Nigeria. It is these two states that are coming together today in partnership with USAID and, of course, our private sector colleague, the Coca-Cola Nigeria, to advance something we should have done years ago, and that is to reduce plastic waste, plastic pollution. As a health specialist, and as the announcer mentioned, I am an epidemiologist. This is about the health of this planet, it is about the health of this country, and it is about the health of our children. So it is good that we are moving in this direction with the leadership of both of the Honorable Commissioners for Environment here in Lagos and in Anambra. I want to also acknowledge all of you who are here today. For sure, the country director of TECHNO, members of the distinguished guests that I have not had a privilege to meet, the press, media, which is so important of getting the message out, the young people that are in this room, and other distinguished guests. Good afternoon to you all. I want to call upon those of you who are connected to the food and beverage groups in Nigeria. What Coca-Cola is doing is something that we all should do for the recycling sector. Please move forward with recycling your products. It is extremely important, but let me also tell you, it is about money. We are here not just to talk about what the planet needs to do, but it is a win-win, because what we are moving forward with is this idea that to be environmentally sound does not mean that somehow it is just for development purposes only, that it is just charity. No, indeed, what this really means is that this is creating an industry that allows people to come in, frontline workers, to make a living, for people to get into the recycling business, as we've learned all throughout the world, is a moneymaker. And so I want to say to the young people in this room, really move forward with your innovations, with your thought leadership, to get every bottle recycled and ultimately to make money. Nigeria is such an important country in this entire region. If Nigeria does it, others will follow. So I want to thank the government of Nigeria, and I want to thank Coca-Cola for partnering with the United States government to address the pervasive and critical issues of plastic pollution. As we look around us, from the bustling streets of Lagos to its inland waters and shores, plastic waste is an undeniable challenge. It is tragic to see so many people and animals having to deal with plastic waste. It is a pollutant. And about 2.5 million tons of plastic is wasted annually. And unfortunately, here in this country, about 88% of plastic waste is not recyclable. It is a new direction that we have to go. We have to do more to recycle plastic. You may also know that in this country, the largest mangroves in Africa rest in Nigeria. But if we don't recycle plastic, it will threaten our ecosystem, our marine life, and of course, public health. It is plastic pollutions that clogs our waterway, mars our landscape, kills thousands of marine animals, and releases toxins in the environment. But when we recycle, we don't need new materials. We don't need the energy that is required. And if we can recycle up to 90%, we can reduce greenhouse gases emissions by 25%. So it is our responsibility to take this on. And let me say that this partnership between USAID and Coca-Cola, under the leadership of this government, will create 10,000 jobs and generate $4.8 million in income, which is a much-needed respite for a country with such a vibrant youth population suffering from high employment and underemployment. So why not do it now? Why not do it yesterday? I think these things happen for a reason. We have a small window of opportunity, and that window of opportunity exists because we have strong leadership. We have strong leadership in both of these commissioners that sit here today. We have strong leadership in Coca-Cola, which is really leading the whole recycling effort. And we, of course, have strong leadership in the United States government. So, what I am expecting is that this launch here today, what we do here today, we can come back a year from now and say that we have not only reduced waste and pollution as it relates to plastic, but that we have also allowed for young people to actually have more money in their pockets to do other things in their life goals. So here we are today, and I'm marking the day's calendar, to say to all of you in the audience and those that are watching and listening in, that this is happening because of the tremendous partnership that we have between public and private sector. This is happening because all of you believe it should happen. And because of that, success is around the corner. So thank you all for being here today. We are very excited about this new partnership, and we look forward to positive results. Thank you.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Moving on right now, please, I would like us to, the next person coming, one of the things Melissa said, and we've been talking about since the beginning of the event, is partnership across private and public sector. That is where you see that we have several representatives from the public sector here. We have Loma, we have LASEPA, FIBRA, and we also have a lot of private sector too with us today. So coming up to speak next is the Commissioner for Environment in Lagos State. I'd like to crave the indulgence of Mr. Tokunbo Phillips Wahab to please be on his feet while I take his citation quickly. He is the Honorable Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, is a highly accomplished and visionary legal practitioner with a proven track record. He graduated with a Bachelor of Law, LLB, from the University of Benin in 1998, attended the Nigerian Law School in 1999 before graduating in the year 2000. He's an alumnus of the prestigious Harvard Kennedy School, Harvard Business School, and the University of Pennsylvania. Also, he is internationally known. He holds membership of Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, and the International Bar Association, and has had cognate experience in many law firms, including Wali and Ace Legal Practitioner, Marina Lagos. Can we join my hands together, ladies and gentlemen? Tokunbo Wahab was also a senior counsel and head of department at Paul Uzoro and Co. in Lagos between February 2003 and January year 2005, before he worked with GT Ogunye and Co. Associate from October year 2000 to January 2003 in core litigation. He is a strong advocate of equity and justice and a passionate believer in the dictum that everyone deserves equal opportunity irrespective of their class and strata. This stance has led him to provide countless pro bono legal services to the poor and underprivileged even as far back as his post-law school days. He served as the special advisor to the governor of Lagos State on education between 2019 and May 2023, during which he spearheaded the development and implementation of comprehensive tertiary education policies and initiatives aimed at improving the quality of tertiary education in the state, advising the governor on key educational matters and leveraging data-driven development. Tokunbo Wahab collaborated with various stakeholders, including the government agencies, educational institutions, and community leaders to foster a united approach towards educational development, whilst introducing innovative programs to enhance teachers' training and professional development. The cerebral Tokunbo Wahab, popularly called TKW, is highly skilled in public speaking and allocation, emotional intelligence, strategic planning, decision-making. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we join my hands together for the humble, honorable commissioner. Please, a big round of applause for Mr. Tokunbo Wahab. Please, let's keep jamming our hands together for him till he gets here.
The U.S. Consul General, Will Stevens, duly represented here. The Mission Director, USAID Nigeria, Melissa A. Jones. My colleague, the Honorable Commissioner for Environment, Anambra State, Honorable Phillips Odimegu, the GM Coca-Cola, Marian Khan, welcome to Lagos, welcome to Nigeria. The Special Advisor to the Governor on Climate Affairs, Mrs. Titi Oshodi. The General Manager, LASEPA, Dr. Tunde Ajayi. The GM, LASRA, Mrs. Bilkis Abiola. The representative of the MD of Loma, top government officials, ladies and gentlemen. With a deep sense of responsibility, I extend a warm welcome to everyone gathered here today for this groundbreaking event dedicated, and I use the word advisedly, dedicated to addressing our planet and all our related pollutions around plastics. I stand here today not just as the Honorable Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources in Lagos State, but as a passionate steward of the environment who is desirous to join millions of others to confront the challenges of plastic pollution and the attendant adverse effects on the environment and our public health space. Plastic pollution is not just an environmental issue anymore. It has now become a social, health, and economic issue, one that requires a collective commitment if we are sincere about protecting our environment and our planet and our Mother Earth. In a densely populated city like Lagos, the presence of plastic waste is undeniable, and the sobering reality of the waste suffocating our environment, endangering our aquatic life, and threatening our human health. The solution to plastic pollution are as diverse as the problem itself, and they require a multifaceted approach that engages governments, businesses, communities, and individuals alike. It is not enough to simply recycle or clean up our messes. We must address the root causes of plastic pollution and fundamentally rethink the way we produce, consume, and dispose of plastic. In the words of the Canadian Minister of Environment and Climate Change, Stephen Gilbert, and I'll quote him extensively, "We won't burn our way out of plastic pollution. We won't recycle our way out of plastic pollution. And we won't reuse our way out of plastic pollution. We need to do a better job of all these things at different types of plastics," unquote. It will be recalled that the National Council of Environment, the highest making policy body on environment in Nigeria, at the 15th session in year 2021, considered and approved the ban on styrofoam and all other single-use plastics. This position clearly vindicates the Lagos State government on the decision to ban styrofoam this year. Our courage to ban styrofoam is born out of the Lagos State government commitment to protect the environment and the well-being of the good people of Lagos State. Yes, we were threatened. Yes, we were blackmailed. But the larger picture was that of the population that needed help to save our aquatic lifestyle, save our coastal states, and save our resilient infrastructure. It is an inevitable decision that is already yielding positive results. To facilitate a smooth transition from a linear to a circular economy, the state government, through my ministry, has developed a plastic waste management policy that will ensure an effective regulation and bring an end to plastic waste menace. Our policy and advocacy efforts present a paradigm shift on plastic waste. We can no longer view it as a disposable commodity. Rather, it must be regarded as a resource demanding responsible stewardship. We cannot shy away from the responsibility, we must confront it head-on with a resolve and determination. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we cannot afford to fold our arms and leave the solution to posterity. We must seize this moment to chart a new course, one in which plastic waste no longer constitutes a scourge, but a testament of our resilience and innovation. Finally, we must demand accountability. We must hold ourselves, our industries, and our government accountable for the plastic waste we produce and the environmental damage it causes. We must advocate for policies and regulations that incentivize sustainable practices and penalize irresponsible behavior. As a state, we are going to start demanding the extended producer responsibility from all manufacturers that operate in Lagos State ecosystem. It's not enough to mouth it. We must put their leg to fire. Why not halting their businesses? Let us remember that the fight against plastic pollution is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's not a dash, but a journey. It will have its ups and downs. It will require patience, perseverance, and a steadfast commitment to our shared goals. But I have no doubt that together we can and we will overcome these challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to also use this medium to appreciate USAID. They are doing so much for Lagos State. Some weeks back, through your assistance, we launched the Lagos Low Wash Policy, Lagos Urban Water and Hygiene and Sanitation Policy. Thank you so much. It's taken us a long time, but we are there now. Thank you, USAID. We thank Coca-Cola Foundation. We thank TECHNO for bringing about this innovative initiative. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for the unwavering commitment to an environment free from the scourge of plastic pollution. Thank you all.
Please, once again, can we jam our hands together for the Commissioner for Environment in Lagos State? So without any further ado, like we've been announcing to the House from the beginning, this is a partnership from the public to the private sector and also between the Lagos State and Anambra State. So coming up next is the Commissioner for Environment in Anambra. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a resourceful man known for his meticulousness when it comes to work and getting things done. Please, if our hands are not too busy, I'd like us to jam our hands together for Engineer Dr. Felix Odimegu. Please, can we jam our hands together, ladies and gentlemen?
May I humbly stand on already established protocol for want of time. I've actually cut a little bit of the time with this documentary. I am delighted to be here today, and I bring you greetings from the government and people of Anambra State, the solution state. It is a delight to humbly address you today on this occasion of this very important project, which is the plastic solutions activity in Nigeria. It is a known fact that plastic waste constitutes a major nuisance in the environment. Not only does improper management of plastics waste cause health problems, they also lead to increased ecological problems like flooding and erosion. In Anambra State, our environment is an essential threat with over 1,000 erosion sites, active erosion sites, ravaging close to 160 communities out of 179 communities we have in Anambra State. This actually makes the state the erosion capital of Africa. Hence, there is need now to properly manage waste, plastic waste, through measures that are economically viable and environmentally sustainable, creating jobs, opportunities, and incentives in the recycling chain. The governor of Anambra State has since approved the promotion of circular economy in the state. The launch of the Clean, Green, and Sustainable Anambra State agenda by the solution government of Professor Charles Kuma Soludo has led to a lot of far-reaching policy changes that encourages environmental sustainability in the state. Some of these changes are: one, drafting a comprehensive law on the environment to manage, protect, and administer environmental sustainability, which is before the House of Assembly as we speak. The launch of 1 million a year tree planting campaign in 2022, which has led to the planting of over 2 million trees yearly, and which has also led to distribution of over 1 million coconut tree seedlings and oil palm seedlings to India Anambra for poverty alleviation and bioremediation. The green vegetation agenda for estate development, where 65% of the compound is a buildable area and 35% is left for greening and introduction of segregation of waste as source at the estates. The All Anambra Community Plastic Recovery Challenge, which we launched in 2023 in conjunction with Anambra Waste Recyclers Association, and which resulted in over 10,000 tons of plastic waste picked and recovered from the environment during the period that the challenge lasted. Then the Plastic Sustainability Summit and other workshops that were organized with the aim of sensitizing the public on circular economy and the recycling agenda. We also introduced a pay-direct system of waste management that involves citizen participation and having them take ownership of waste management in their estates and layouts. With this, the overall waste management in the state improved significantly. However, assistance is still needed in procuring waste bins to encourage segregation of waste at source. These and more were put in place and are being executed deliberately and intentionally to drive environmental sustainability and promote the clean, green, and sustainable agenda of Mr. Governor of Anambra State. Finally, Anambra State is overjoyed at being selected to partake and benefit in this plastic solution activity driven by TECHNO and funded by USAID and Coca-Cola. We assure you of our commitment towards the successful implementation of this project. We are not in doubt that with the launch of all Anambra State Community Plastic Pickup Waste Recovery Challenge 2.0, which is coming up, the target that Madam mentioned of mopping up 49,000 tons will be more than achieved. We are very happy to collaborate with you. The Anambra State Waste Recyclers Association, ASRA, are also ready to push this project as we all join hands to rid our state of plastic waste pollution. We therefore express our profound gratitude to TECHNO, to USAID, and Coca-Cola for this noble gesture. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Moving on now, we're going to be having goodwill messages. Please, I'd like to also announce now, we have 3 minutes for the goodwill message. I'd like us to jam our hands together. Coming up first for goodwill message, please a big round of applause for the General Manager of LOMA. LOMA. Please a round of applause for LOMA, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Lagos State Waste Management Agency. Please a big round of applause. Let's keep jamming our hands together, ladies and gentlemen. La Sepa should be getting ready. Aswama should be getting ready too. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. And I will also like to apologize on behalf of my boss, Dr. Muyiwa Gbadegeshin, who is unavoidably absent. He had to attend to other state exigencies this morning. But he has asked me to deliver this good message on his behalf. So I'll just go ahead to read it. On behalf of the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA, I extend warm greetings to all attendees gathered for the launch of the USAID and Coca-Cola funded Nigerian Plastic Solutions activity, an initiative implemented by TECHNO. It is a significant milestone in our collective effort towards a sustainable waste management and environmental stewardship in Nigeria. The collaboration between USAID, Coca-Cola, and TECHNO underscores a commitment to address the pressing issue of plastic pollution towards providing innovative solutions for a cleaner, greener future. LOMA acknowledges the importance of strategic partnerships and collaborative initiatives in tackling the complex challenges posed by plastic waste. As an organization dedicated to promoting cleaner and healthier Lagos, we recognize the critical role of public-private partnerships in driving impactful change and achieving our sustainable goals. Since the past couple of years, LOMA had embarked on policies and programs that encourage recycling, emphasizing on the 3 R's of reduce, reuse, and recycle. We came up with the Adopt a Bin initiative, which encourages individual ownership of 2 waste bins, one for organic waste and the other for recyclable items. To encourage this initiative, Lagos State government donated 1,719 bins to public schools and 151 bins to vocational centers in the state. LOMA has sustained public enlightenment, which is, you'll all agree with me, it's an ongoing thing. You don't stop, you keep enlightening people, to instill the culture of waste sorting at source and recycling in the populace in line with this initiative. The launch of the Nigerian Plastic Solution activity signifies a bold step towards fostering the circular economy value chain, promoting recycling initiatives, and empowering communities to embrace sustainable practices. By leveraging the expertise and resources of key stakeholders, we can collectively mitigate the harmful environmental impact of plastic waste while unlocking economic opportunities for local communities and our people. As we gather here to inaugurate this transformative initiative, let us reaffirm our commitment to environmental sustainability, innovation, and inclusive development. Together, we can chart a path together, a future where plastic pollution is drastically reduced and resources conserved for communities to thrive in harmony with nature. LOMA congratulates USAID, Coca-Cola, and TECHNO on this initiative, and we reaffirm our unwavering support for all efforts aimed at preserving our environment for generations yet to come. Thank you. Signed, Dr. Muyiwa Gbadegeshin. Thank you very much.
All right, so please, let's jam our hands together for Aswama. Please, a round of applause for Aswama. Let's jam our hands together for Ozomina Mike Ifeanyi. Please, a big round of applause. So La Sepa should be getting ready. Fibra should be getting ready after La Sepa.
It is with gratitude that I stand here before you on behalf of Mr. Commissioner, my Commissioner, the government and people of Anambra State, especially our environmental lobbying governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, whose first task as governor on the 18th of March 2022 was to go and clean up a slum in Anambra State called Okpoko. That was his first task as governor after inauguration. It underscores how important environment is to him. And like my commissioner has said, we thank USAID, we thank TECHNO, we thank Coca-Cola for finding Anambra State worthy of being here and, of course, benefiting from this. We thank the USAID representative for recognizing that Anambra State is indeed the Lagos State of the Southeast. All we want to assure you, my commissioner has said most of the things we need to say. Anambra State Waste Management Authority, as we have it today, is ever resolved to make sure that waste is turned to wealth in Anambra State. We don't just want to clean Anambra State, we want people to make money from their waste. You know, if you do that, first of all, is that people will even start holding their waste, and then, of course, the street will be left bare of waste. Once again, we want to say thank you. We all need partnerships. Working with Lagos, working with TECHNO, working with USAID and Coca-Cola. Of course, Coca-Cola being one of those people that produces the plastics, we need them too well to be able to rid Anambra State of waste. So we need the money to begin to give beans also to our people like Lagos State is doing so that we can sort at source. Because once we begin to sort at source, then it becomes easier to clean up the place. Once again, on behalf of my governor, the solution governor of Anambra State, we say thank you to TECHNO for finding us worthy to be here. And then, of course, we can't wait to have the money. Thank you very much.
Next, please, I'd like us to jam our hands together for the Special Advisor to the Governor on Climate Change and Circular Economy. Please help me make welcome Mrs. Titi Oshodi. Please, a round of applause. Let's jam our hands together for her as she comes up for our goodwill message.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for this opportunity. So I've been put on the spot. This is not something that I'd actually prepared for, but it is the industry that we're all seeing each other day in, day out. It's an ecosystem that we all know what we're talking about. So this is a great laudable project right now. I have heard the statistics rolling out. How much of utilization have we done with regards to our plastics management or solid waste management? So if this is something that we should go by, then definitely it's going to be something that will really, really affect, that will really, really impact us. I'm more interested in the aspect of job creation, wealth creation, ultimately using that through the approach of circular economy to establish reduce greenhouse gas emissions. I want to say a big thank you to USAID for jumping on this train, on continuing on this journey with us. We work closely in the Office of Climate Change and Circular Economy with FIBRA. We understand the obligatory responsibility as an extended producer. We know from the government perspective that this is one of the areas that we want to drive as much mandatory commitment. We also want to drive through the environmental, social, and governance platform so that we're able to produce and stimulate more opportunities for businesses to scale, especially for those who are already working within the industry in recycling, in repurposing. There's so many sectors right now within the area of waste management. We have actually started to do a sectorial mapping just so that we're able to optimize all of the areas of waste management and not just limiting it to plastic alone. So there's so much to do, but I think that this also begins to help us with the tipping point to be able to get a better direction and also guide our framework, guide our deliverables, guide what policies need to be developed, and ultimately we will get there. Thank you very much for the opportunity once again.
All right, so right now, can we have a representative from La CEPA? A rep from La CEPA for their goodwill message. Please, a big round of applause. I think someone is stepping out. Let's jam our hands together. Okay, I miscalculated. So, please, we're going to move on to the next thing. Please, let's have a representative from FIBRA. A representative from FIBRA. Please, a round of applause for FIBRA, ladies and gentlemen. Nezria is coming up next. Once again, please, can we jam our hands together for USAID? A big round of applause for USAID. A big round of applause for the Coca-Cola Foundation. And let's jam our hands together for TECHNO. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Arese Lucia Onagise. I'm here representing the Food and Beverage Recycling Alliance, which is the PRO for the packaging sector in Nigeria. I'm here to give my goodwill message and bring greetings from our member companies. The Food and Beverage Recycling Alliance today congratulates the USAID and the Coca-Cola Foundation on the launch of this project, the Nigerian Plastic Solutions activity. Nigerian Bottling Company is one of our founding members, and the FIBRA was founded about 6 years ago. And today we have 34 member companies that are responsible companies that have come together to drive the post-consumer packaging. And from inception till date, we have been able to support the collection and recovery of over 75,000 metric tons of recyclables that would have been in the environment and that would have contributed to plastic pollution. The Coca-Cola Company, under its bottling partner, MBC, has over time demonstrated a commitment to building a sustainable future through various initiatives. And we believe that this decisive action today to partner with USAID is to promote circularity across the waste management value chain and to reduce plastic pollution. This once again demonstrates her dedication towards addressing the threats of plastic pollution in Nigeria. This project specifically addresses investment needs, infrastructure deficits, and collaborative efforts required for the value chain to drive the circular economy in Nigeria. And we believe that this project will also spearhead many more activities towards circularity, and especially for closing the loop. The project is timely as it further enhances the ongoing activities in the value chain, especially at a time where we are trying to develop the RO-PET industry that has been in existence for a while now. FIBRA is committed to ensuring that we have a waste-free environment and will continue to support the activities geared towards this project. We want to thank all the project stakeholders for spearheading this, and we also look forward to the positive impacts of this project on the ecosystem. I want to employ each and every one of us present here to work together to ensure that this project is a success. And I hereby stand to say that I am committed to ensuring that I support the project to ensure it is a success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, FIBRA. Please, a round of applause. All right. So coming up next is the goodwill message from Nezra. Nezra, do we have a representative from Nezra? Please, a round of applause. Please, let's jam our hands together for Nezra, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for Nezra. One more time, let's jam our hands together for Nezra. That's the National Environmental Standard and Regulation Enforcement Agency. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to stand on existing protocol to congratulate TECHNO on this project that is very timely and apt. I bring you greetings from the DG of Nezra, Dr. Innocent Bariko, and the Director of the Lagos Liaison Office, Dr. Stephen Otitolobo. The National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, NESRA, as part of its effort to achieve her mandate, has developed several regulations on several aspects of the manufacturing industry and other sectors. Part of it is the National Environmental Food and Beverages and Regulations, as well as the National Environmental Domestic and Industrial Plastic Regulations. These regulations have as key objective protection of the environment. Also, it has provisions for circular economy, and which this agency has developed circular economy approaches for several waste streams, including plastics. Part of it is extended producer responsibility, the EPR, which has mandated producers to take back their products and the waste from it at end of life. So today's event, we consider it timely for the Coca-Cola Foundation, which has been said already. They are one of the food and beverage companies that produces these plastics. So today, we congratulate them on this event. And with the support of USAID, we congratulate TECHNO for coming up with this event. Plastic recycling in Nigeria has a number of issues, and these include the collection and sorting challenges, the microplastics from shredding, and health issues associated with plastic recycling. We believe that this project is going to address some of these issues, to look into these challenges so that the recycling of plastics, the collection and sorting, as well as the shredding, the microplastic, which is one of the issues that is associated with plastic recycling, will be addressed so that plastic recycling in Nigeria will be very, very sustainable, and the objectives and gains will be very well achieved. I thank you all for being part of this project, and I believe that all of us, we are all going to contribute our quota to ensure that the objectives of this project will be well achieved. Thank you.
So, finally, for the goodwill message, please help me make welcome a representative from Recyclers Association of Nigeria. Recyclers Association of Nigeria. Do we have a rep coming up for a goodwill message? Please, a big round of applause. So, after now, we're going to be having the overview of the National Plastic Solution Activity, what we have been up to, and then the closing remark. So please, I'd like to implore us to sit and stay back. We're having general photography session after, starting with aggregators and recyclers. So once again, let's jam our hands together for Recyclers Association of Nigeria.
I wasn't told I was going to give any speech. But yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rita Idehai, and I bring you greetings, like everybody have said, from the Recyclers Association of Nigeria. It is a pleasure for us to be here, and also for this really timely project. We're looking forward to the impact it would make in the lives of collectors. We have over 1 million of them in Nigeria, in the lives of aggregators, and in organizing the recycling space as a whole. Yes, it is starting in Lagos and Anambra, but it is our hope that it extends across other states in Nigeria. So thank you, everyone, and we wish you a successful project.
Thank you so much. Finally, before we have the closing remark, right now, talking about the overview of the National Plastic Solution Activity, please, I'd like to implore those of us at the back of the hall to please stick with us, have your seat. We'll be done in less than 15 minutes. Please, I need us to have our seats. Thank you so much. I don't know if the protocol members can help me to just pass the message on that we should have our seats. So right about now, to talk about the overview of the National Plastic Solution Activity, please jam your hands together and help me make welcome the Senior Program Manager, Nigeria Plastic Solutions Activity, Bennett Obasioi. Please let's jam our hands together for Bennett, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Senior Program Manager for Nigeria
plastic solutions activity.
So, good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. So, I've just been told that I have 15 minutes, so we'll have to hasten up with what I have. Good thing is that most of the previous speakers have also touched on some of the things I was about to talk about. So, because of its versatility and low cost, we know that plastic has found application in a lot of sectors, economic sectors, from packaging to building and construction, and then transportation, consumer products, textiles, electrical and electronic equipment, as well as automotives. Also, globally, the use of plastic or production of plastic has actually increased from or doubled in the last 2 decades to 460 million tons in 2019. And as the production has increased, also has the production of plastic waste increased to 353 million tons in 2019. However, out of this volume, only 9% is recycled globally, while only 69% is incinerated and landfilled. Then we have 22% not accounted for, and these go into the environment. In Nigeria, we generate 2.5 million tons of plastic waste annually, and out of this volume, only 30% is collected. And out of that percentage that is collected, we will recycle only 10% at the moment. Also, the per capita consumption of plastic in Nigeria keeps growing at the rate of 5% annually. And Nigeria has also been identified as one of the largest importer of plastic waste in Africa. You can also see that we have over 200 metric tons of plastic waste that move from land-based sources to the ocean on an annual basis. And because of this, Nigeria was also identified as one of the top 20 countries contributing 83% of plastic waste that move from land-based sources to the ocean. So we'll look at the hierarchy of plastic waste management. At the bottom of the pyramid, you see leakage, and this is actually what we're having in Nigeria and most other countries at the moment, where the plastic waste goes into the environment without being properly managed. But going up the hierarchy and trying to close circularity, you will see capture. However, capture is just getting the plastic and then taking them to landfills, which is also not a good circular economy approach. Then we have recovery, where plastic waste can be used for energy generation. Also, this is not a circular economy approach. For this project, we are looking at recycling, which means when the plastic waste has been generated, we'll recover them and recycle. Up the pyramid, you also see reuse, where plastic waste can now be reused instead of throwing them into the environment. But the best of it is actually to reduce plastic waste, as well as avoid it by using sustainable alternatives. So to the activity itself, my country director, Adesuwa, had earlier mentioned that the activity name is Nigeria Plastic Solutions Activity. This is a 2-year project funded by the duo of USAID and Coca-Cola Foundation. And the lead implementer of this project is TECHNO, but we're working together with the Growing Businesses Foundation, GBF, to implement this project. And this project will have a 60% focus on Anambra State, as well as 40% focus in Lagos State. So by the end of the 2 years, we intend to have supported at least 9,500 aggregators, collectors of plastic waste in both locations. We are also hoping to support at least 24 aggregators in both locations, as well as provide support to at least 10 recyclers. And then the aim is to recover and recycle up to 49,000 metric tons of plastic waste in these 2 years. Also, the project would also help to create job opportunities for at least 10,000 people in both states with focus on women and youth. So the main objectives of the project is actually to reduce plastic pollution and its environmental impacts in Lagos and Anambra, as well as to support private sector capacity and ability to sustainably drive circular economy in the plastic recycling value chain. So to implement the project or the activity, we have grouped them into several pillars. So for pillar one, we'll have activity setup and diagnosis, where we've been able to conduct assessments on the value chain mapping, as well as enabling environment mapping. The second pillar will focus on capacity building and business advisory. So here we'll try to train people in the value chain, and these include collectors and aggregators. We'll provide business trainings for them to help them enhance their business capability, as well as provide market system linkages for players in the value chain. On the third pillar, we'll have access to grants and other finance. This is where we'll provide access to personal protective equipment. We'll provide will help some collectors that don't have bank accounts at the moment to open bank accounts. And then we'll also support aggregators to assess working capital for their businesses, as well as provide PPE and other equipment such as trucks and balers and other types of plastic recycling equipment. And then for the last pillar, the enabling environment, and this is actually where we intend to work with financial institutions as well as the public sector. We'll have a lot of roundtable discussions with them to see where policies can be enacted or changed to ensure that plastic waste recycling becomes more business-friendly for people that are in the sector. Expected outcomes of the project. So we hope that by the end of the 2 years, collectors and aggregators in the plastic chain in the plastic recycling value chain must have had enhanced knowledge and skills to improve businesses and also increase revenue in the plastic recycling value chain. Also, we intend to increase the volume of plastic waste diverted from landfill, and not just increasing the volume, we're also looking at increasing the quantity and quality of the recycled plastics that come out, because currently, even though some plastics are being collected, but most of them are contaminated, and you find out that by the time they get to recyclers, they are being rejected because of contamination. So for the third outcome, we also hope that by the end of the 2 years, there must have been an improved access to finance, equipment, and land for the players in the value chain. And lastly, we'll also have improved stakeholder knowledge base and capabilities to improve business environment in the plastic recycling value chain. Thank you so much.
All right, please, a big round of applause for the Senior Program Manager at the Nigeria Plastic Solutions Activity, Bennett. Great work. It goes without saying, for those of us, please, when we're done with the drinks, with the plastic, we have a box at the back where you can easily drop the plastic litter. Please, let's take note. Cans and plastics only. So right now, please, to come give the closing remark, let's jam our hands together and help me make welcome the Regional Director, West Africa, for TechnoServe, Bayela Thiam. Please, a round of applause for Bayela Thiam, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep jamming our hands together for the Regional Director of West Africa for TechnoServe. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. So just thank you. I just want to thank everyone to come to this opening and launch for this program. So maybe 2 points. The first one, as it said in my country, I'm French speaking, this health, this world is not ours. We just keep it for the next generation. So I think this program go this way. I would like to thank USAID, thank Anambra State, Lagos State, all the participants of this project. We really believe that we will create 10,000 jobs. We know in our countries, when you have one job, you have 10, 15 people that you put feed on the table. So we really expected in 1 year or 2 years from now to meet each other and see how we achieve this moving forward. We talk about 20 million people in Lagos, 7 million people in Anambra is basically 29, is the size of Ivory Coast. So if we successfully do it in the country, we expect to do it in the rest of West Africa. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this program. Once again, can we jam our hands together for USAID? A big round of applause for the Coca-Cola Foundation. Also, let's jam our hands together for TechnoServe. Once again, my name is Oluwatosin. I'm known as the corporate MC. It's been a privilege being your host. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.